We're recording.
All right, thank you. All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, September 16th, 2021 at 5 p.m. And I'll call to order the Freetown Board of Selectmen meeting. Before we get things started, since this is a virtual meeting, I'm going to have Luann Souza read Governor Baker's orders.
Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Freetown Board of Selectmen will be conducted via remote participation. To the greatest extent possible, specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public can be found on the Town of Freetown's website, freetownma.gov. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to view this meeting will be able to view live stream on YouTube. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's YouTube channel an audio or video recording transcript or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting.
All right, thank you, Luann. And yeah, just for clarification, so we're having this meeting on Zoom because we had an exposure event. I'm currently in quarantine. I think George might be as well. So, it would be impossible for us to have a meeting in person. Okay, so today we will be going to executive session and then returning back into open session. The reason why we'll be going to executive session is because of Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. Excel Recycling versus Town of Freetown. So with that, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Motion made.
Do I have a second? Can't hear you, George. No, no. Now you're muted. I see him saying he seconds it. Does that suffice?
You can second it
Suffices for me.
All right.
Although we're going to need to hear him at some point in the meeting.
Yeah. That's weird. It worked a minute ago. All right. So
let me stop the recording then.
okay, sorry about that, everyone. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back in action here. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald.
Aye.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. All right, we are now in executive session. Okay.
Let me live stream just one moment. 2 moments.
What are we looking at this?
Not yet. What is it? I can do. There we go.
Luann, we're waiting for it to record.
It's recording, but it is not going live. So
Okay.
hold on. Let me just pause the recording. There we go.
All right, perfect. All right.
Live stream now.
Well,
Yep.
all right, welcome back, everybody. We're now in open session. So we're gonna do things a little bit out of order to work with some people's schedules here. So I'm gonna kick it over to Jared for Board of Health.
All right. Couple of quick items on Board of Health agenda. First, item number 19, public health nurse update from Lori. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you. So just want to give a quick update regarding COVID. The cases so far for Freetown have been, since the beginning, 1,083. There are currently 29 active cases here in Freetown, 36 cases during the last 2 weeks. Freetown's positivity rate is up. We're actually at 5.14%. And if you look at big cities around us, like Fall River, New Bedford, for the same time period, they were actually lower. Fall River was at 4.64 and New Bedford was at 4.84. Lakeville, who are obviously were with in the school district, they're also high and they're also at 5.87. As far as cases, in July, we had 18, no hospitalizations, no deaths. In August, we were up to 73, 1 hospitalization and no deaths. And for the month of September, so far, we're at 35 cases for the month. As far as cases and people being vaccinated, it seems about 40% of the cases are vaccinated, the other percent are not. And as far as the sequencing of the specimens, they don't sequence all of them, but of the ones that they had sequenced for July, 10 of those cases, so 10 of the 18th were the Delta variant. And for the month of August, 25 of the 73 were also the Delta variant. September, those numbers aren't in yet for sequencing. On a different note, mosquito update and testing. So for this year, there have not been any EEE cases in mosquitoes, animals, or humans, but there have been West Nile virus. For the state, there's been 117 mosquitoes that have tested positive, 1 animal that was an alpaca in Middlesex County, and there have been 7 humans. The last case, the 7th one, was just reported today in Bristol County, and it was a woman in their 30s that was exposed in Bristol County. So obviously, this is the time of year where we still need to be very vigilant as far as using mosquito repellent and observing those not being outside during the peak hours of dusk to dawn. And with the new human and mosquito updates, the towns around us, Fall River has gone up to moderate risk.
Have they said anything, Lori, about overhead spraying?
They have not mentioned anything with that yet.
No.
As far as Freetown, we're still at low risk for both, according to the state. We actually haven't had any positive mosquitoes here in our town, but they have been in Fall River, so obviously it's right next door.
Really do appreciate that, Lori. Does anyone have any questions for Lori?
Nope, I think that was a great little presentation where we stand. So things, unfortunately seem to not be getting better. Right? We thought we were out of it. Does not seem to be the case. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, and I guess one quick thing, Lori, is did they say anything about ages of the people who are infected with COVID? Just because, you had mentioned the fact of Lakeville also seeing higher numbers than some surrounding cities with us. So is it a lot of younger unvaccinated people who are?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are vaccinated, and it does appear, I didn't do an age this time, and I can run that report, but it does seem like it is younger people. There haven't been, I've had a couple of cases, in their 70s, 80s, but for the most part, some of them are kids, and then some people in their like 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was directly related to the schools, and I guess that's why I asked.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, there are some school age children that have tested positive. I can get you, I'm not sure when the next meeting is, but I can get you a report and send that to you with the ages.
Thank you. I appreciate that one. George, you got anything for Lori?
No, I think, do we want her to stick around for our next 2 agenda items though?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, the special town meeting, is that what we're going to be discussing?
No, next is going to be, discussion and vote. This is still Jared though. Discussion and vote on the COVID-19 employee sick protocol.
Oh, okay.
So I saw that Lori did send over some documents here related to this. So I guess this is kind of to talk about, so our current protocols, right? I guess, are they in line with the CDC recommendations? I I don't know.
So what I sent over to you is per Mass DPH guidance.
DPH, okay. So I'm just reviewing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I guess, I mean, do we think we need to update our employee sick protocol? Right? Is that kind of the discussion here? I don't know if Luann or Debbie has, or anybody has any kind of thoughts on this. I'd like to, I'm very interested to hear them, and then kind of bounce those ideas off Lori. Yeah. I kind of need a refresher on exactly the protocol we have right now anyways.
I'm not sure that we had a protocol, and that might be what prompted this actual agenda.
Okay,
And I think, so Lori has outlined the protocol based on her CDC and whatever else information she's gathering. So I think we have to defer to her for the protocol.
yeah, so I mean, I'd like to kind of defer this. I'm obviously not a medical expert here. Like, I'd like to defer to Lori on her recommendations. I mean, can we get maybe something put together that's just kind of puts our protocols into words here, and something that we can post?
I think she did have something, at least I've seen something. I don't know if
yeah,
you guys.
this, she sent the email she sent earlier on, kind of has the guidance, right? As to
Yeah,
what, and I think it's very reasonable. It's just saying like, okay, if you're unvaccinated or you have a weakened immune system or whatever, then you should be wearing a mask, so
yeah.
I don't see a problem with.
And then it's just, it just shows the 7 days of strict quarantine versus the 10 days versus the 14 days. Yeah, this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So
Just gives us something in place in case we do have an employee that comes, not that we wouldn't talk to Lori anyways and get her recommendations, but at least it kind of outlines it for us, so we know.
Yeah.
And all the employees know, then, right, to your point, there's something in place and they all know that this is where they can fall back on.
That makes sense to me. All right, so I guess we'll vote on that.
Yeah. So, I will entertain a motion. I apologize. Let me just get it open so I don't mess up the wording.
Trevor, is there an issue? I think the protocol is great. Can we mandate the protocol for the union employees?
It's a good question. I didn't consider.
What was that? I'm sorry, I missed that.
So Deb's question is, are we allowed to mandate this protocol for the union employees?
Oh, I don't know.
So I guess it might be a motion that says something like we would recommend this protocol procedure unless the union has something different, maybe just to protect us from overriding anything the unions might have in place.
Yeah.
All right,
I just
so
have one,
Yep.
just one thing. As far as how to calculate the positive COVID protocol and when person can come back. So those are all Mass DPH. So if a case goes to wherever they live, so obviously the cases I get in Freetown, this is the guidance per Mass DPH. So for some of those things, like calculating that, it wouldn't be able to be any different whether they were a union or not, as far as
Okay.
that piece.
That's
Perfect.
probably okay. Okay.
perfect. So with that, I will entertain a motion to put in place the COVID-19 employee sick protocol that Lori has sent over to us.
All right, I'll make that motion.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Selectman Zager,
yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes.
All right, my last item. Agenda item number 21, discussion and vote on backup COVID-19 plan for hosting special town meeting in the event COVID-19 protocols require modification.
So, yeah,
Go ahead.
no, No, please go. I'm just curious, is this like in case something changes from the state level, or is this if somebody gets COVID, like, or a group of people get COVID from different boards, like what do we do?
Yeah. And it's tough because you can't do it outdoors, right, in the time of year, because now we still have mosquitoes, temperature wise. I don't know that, talked in the past about the last meeting, possibly doing it outdoors, but
And we can't do it online, right?
It's not allowed.
So what are
guess.
our options? That's the question.
This discussion we should have there with Mike present.
Okay. That works for me. I'm sure he's probably looked into this. Sorry, Luann.
I checked in with the superintendent of schools, just to see what was going on with the schools. And he said at this point, if anything, they would just be asking us to probably mask up. So we may have to tell people like the week before or a few days before town meeting that, because we're utilizing the school facility, we do have to wear masks. So it's whatever his rules are at that point too, that we would have to follow.
All
yeah,
right.
but I think it's even bigger picture, right, where you're hitting certain levels, or what if they, God forbid, the school age kids, they decide to close school down again and we have it, so I guess it is something that we should discuss with Mike.
That works for me.
I'd rather have something in place and not have to use it than have nothing in place, so.
I think Mike is coming to the meeting on the 4th of October, which would probably be good and timely because it'll be closer.
Okay.
And so we can add it to that agenda if that works.
Okay, perfect. So I'll,
We have to vote on any of this.
We don't have to vote on that right now.
no, until after Mike comes in, right? So,
All right. Yeah, we'll just put it. Yeah, we get Mike there. All right. So back to me now.
yeah, thank you, Lori.
Thank you,
All right,
Lori.
thank you. Have a good night.
Hi, Lori.
So I should have done this right off the bat, but I'd like to welcome Debbie Petty. She's currently our interim town administrator. She's a lifelong Freetown resident. She's also has municipal experience up in Hanson, Mass. She's a accountant and a lawyer. So I think she's going to add a lot to our team, and we're really happy to have her. So Debbie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Welcome,
happy to be
Debbie.
here. I'm excited.
All right, great. So without that, I'll start going through some of these other agenda items. So first, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 17th, 2021 and August 31st, 2021.
Motion made.
All in favor?
Aye,
Hi.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews,
Yes. All right, next, I will entertain a motion to approve the weekly warrants 1 through 14.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. All right, so agenda items 4 and 5 have been moved, pushed to a further meeting in the future. So I'll go on to agenda item 6, which is discussion and vote on approval of declaring items listed by the library director as surplus and scrap listed in Appendix A. So let me get to Appendix A.
I think Jeff might be on to discuss this,
All right, it says Jeff's trying to connect to audio. Oh, looks like
but I'm
maybe,
not sure.
I'm not sure if he's having some kind of issue. Jeff, can you hear us?
Okay.
It doesn't appear.
Yeah,
So,
originally he was on for the archival next door, so he may have tried to pop off because I told him we weren't doing that.
Are we not doing that one?
No, that's the ones we're skipping, number 4 and 5.
Oh, okay.
all right, so it looks like here we have a couple drawers, cabinets, a DVD, paperback rack unit, a metal brochure rack. That's at the library. And the schoolhouse, more cabinets, metal shelves. And then we also have some items in the town hall basement, old generator panel, bunch of file cabinets, 2 air conditioners, nothing too exciting. But if would Jeff like to speak on it? So I don't want to vote on this until, he has an opportunity to kind of talk to us about it.
No, he did speak with me about it. We went down in the basement and looked at the items as well and said that they were just basically needed to get out of there and go to scrap and that the highway department would be coming to get them.
All right, so everyone's on board with this?
Mhm.
All right, okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve declaring the items listed in Appendix A as surplus and scrap.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Selectman
Yeah.
Zager?
Yes.
good catch.
Selectman Grunwald?
Yes.
Selectman Matthews?
Yes. All right, so next we have ambulance abatements. So there is $52,794.81 for the abatement write-offs in the amount of $16,769.12. So the total $69,563.93. So I will entertain a motion to approve these ambulance abatements and write-offs.
Okay.
Motion made.
Before I second that motion,
Yep.
just want to make everyone aware that the billing that the fire department does now was something that was recommended by the finance committee a few years back. And we do collect in round numbers about $500,000 a year in net revenue, which is offsetting the cost of the fire department. Almost 50% of the cost.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so people should know that fire department isn't costing $1 million plus, but they are generating the revenue to offset their expenses.
Yeah, like these numbers look big in a vacuum, but once you take, put them in context.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hear you.
But having said that, I too,
Or second, yeah, I think I need you to second the motion.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager?
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald? Selectman Matthews?
Yes. Okay, moving on, we have the Copart Class 2, or sorry, to buy and sell secondhand motor vehicles Class 2 license. So we've kind of went back and forth with Coparts through our attorneys, and we've come to an agreement on this. This is the final version. So does anyone have any questions or concerns before we vote on this?
I just want to discuss the obvious here. Copart is on 400 acres of prime land on the bay that we need to keep in mind. And just want to reiterate that we need to make sure that the testing is done properly and that we get a good baseline.
Yep.
And I want to make sure that that language is in the contract that we're going to approve.
Yep, I know that we have that in the agreement that we're able to test. Trying to find the exact language here.
I thought it was every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months.
And that the testing be supervised by the town.
Well, we can send our own test, we can test ourselves. So we can send our own company in there to test.
Well, that's even better.
George, that was part of our agreement that we had gone through with them when we went back and forth, was because originally they weren't going to let us test, and we were able to get them to let us test. Because I agree with you, beautiful land on the side of a river that they're storing cars at.
Has anyone been to the facility to see what it looks like now?
No, I can imagine it's a giant parking lot, right?
It's a gigantic parking lot surrounded by that.
Exactly right. I have an aerial picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you? I don't know if you.
There you go.
Yeah, but that whole area there is, like you said, it's parking lot. And any contamination will run off into, I can't remember the name of exactly the technical, but that's what they'll test is the wells, the retention ponds.
Yeah.
And so we have to make sure that the retention ponds are tested properly and that we witness how it's done. if our own people are doing it, that's great. But it is a serious issue.
Yeah, I mean, George, I think it might make sense, because since we have the ability to have these tests whenever, every 6 months, like, and I think we should have their first test as soon as possible to set the baseline as you're referencing.
Okay. They were supposed to do some testing. There was someone there to do it the day I went. I haven't seen the results. We should be asking for the results. And maybe we should do our own baseline also.
Yeah, okay. Definitely something we should bring up later for sure.
So you want to bring that up later? Not-
I mean, I just don't know exactly, like, we have to kind of figure out what company's gonna do the testing, how much, how we're gonna pay for it, that kind of stuff. But it's definitely, it's in the agreement for sure, so we have the ability to do it. So it's just getting the wheels in motion. It's something maybe Debbie can help us with.
Yeah, getting an RFP out there to try and get this set up. So that way, when we go out there to test, we're already set up with the company to go and do it.
Yeah, I wonder if this is like something, maybe Jeff can actually help us with, or, I'm not sure. Somebody of that nature, someone who's familiar with doing this type of testing, or at least understanding it.
So we're in agreement that we'll do our own baseline then? Is that what you're saying, Trevor?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think that's
Okay.
I think that the future test won't help us if we don't have a baseline, so.
Okay. All right. So that's all I had on that.
All right, so with that, I guess I'll entertain a motion to approve the license with Copart.
Motion made.
Make a motion that we accept that with the provisions that we've discussed.
All right, yep. All right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye,
Aye.
Selectman Zager?
yes.
Selectman Grunwald?
yes.
Selectman Matthews?
Yes. Okay, now to discuss the addition of cameras at the highway department. So this is gonna be some security cameras installed. The exterior of the building, located on each side of the building. And one interior near the vehicle repair area. I have no problem with this. It seems to make sense. Do we know, so the union has been notified, obviously, right?
No, you have to say that it's okay first, and then we have the draft letter in your packet that town council drafted to go to the union steward, Tom
Gotcha.
Ashley.
That makes sense. Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, motion made.
All right.
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Selectman Zager?
yes.
Selectman Grunwald?
yes.
Selectman Matthews?
Yes. All right, so next I'll entertain a motion to ratify the town of Freetown Declaration of Emergency, which was originally declared on August 21st, 2021 by the Board of Selectmen at its emergency meeting held in the same day.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye,
Aye.
Selectman Zager?
yes.
Selectman Grunwald?
yes.
Selectman Matthews?
Yes. Now, I'll entertain a motion to vote on the town of Freetown Declaration of Emergency, which was originally declared on August 21st, 2021, no longer exists and is formally rescinded at 12:01 a.m. on August 24th, 2021.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor? Sorry,
Aye,
got lost there for a minute. Aye.
Selectman Zager?
yes.
Selectman Grunwald?
Yes.
Selectman Matthews?
Yes. All right, so moving on, now this is a discussion vote on the discussion and vote to accept the donation of a flatbed body for a highway department winter standard project from Big Wheels Truck Sales. And I am all about taking this donation. Thank you very much to the Bobcats. Seems very nice. I know Chuck is happy about this as well. So this donation should save us a considerable amount of money. And it's helping take the old fire engine and convert that into a plow / sander. So I think this is awesome. So I'll entertain a motion to accept that donation from Big Wheels.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. Okay. Next is discussion and vote to add article to the warrant for special town meeting on transfer from available funds to supplement the budget of the tree warden, the amount of $10,000. So this is,
Made.
sorry, go. All right, I thought I heard something. Okay,
Yeah,
so,
me
so I'll entertain a motion to adopt.
Motion.
Motion made, all right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. Next is vote to add an article to the warrant for special town meeting to authorize the Board of Selectmen to appoint parking control officers who shall have the only those powers and duties conferred or imposed on police officers via by Mass General Law, Chapter 90, Section 21A or 21A and a half, or in relation thereto. So I'll entertain that motion.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. Next, we have a permit for the fishing tournament for Bass Boys of Fall on Long Pond. And so it's, the event date here is September 19th, 2021, which is in a couple of days. So I have no problem with a bass tournament. Is there anything else I need to know about this, Luann or Debbie? I'm not sure.
Nope, they're only gonna take up like less than half of the parking lot, so 25 spots.
All right, so I will entertain a motion to approve the permit for fishing tournament for Bass Boys on Fall, of Bass Boys of Fall on Long Pond for 9/19/2021.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. Now there's another lot of very popular fishing tournament scene right now. So I will, same thing. It's just another fishing tournament called the Jordan Betancourt Bass Fishing Event. It's on October 17th, 2021. Looks to be same kind of deal. And so I will entertain a motion to approve the permit for the Jordan Betancourt Bass Fishing Event on 10/17/2021.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on, we have,
Oh, we have to do the roll
Yeah.
call.
oh,
Trevor,
sorry.
the group is Next Level Bass Fishing, right? So should we call under that and not the applicant? I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
the first one I thought we called it out under the group.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it
Not that it
matters.
matters much. I'm Trying to be consistent, I guess.
No, I like it. But, yeah, I think we should be good there. I don't know. Debbie, you have anything on that? I'm not sure, Luann, anybody?
What was the question?
Whether or
So
not
like
you
the
amend
name, yeah,
or the individual.
The first one we called out,
Tournaments.
the first one we called out the name, the group. The second one we called out the individual. So I just.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. It should probably be the group.
all right, yeah, to be safe.
So let's do that.
So I'll entertain a motion to approve the permit for the Next Level Bass Fishing Event held in Long Pond on 10/17/2021.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. All right, moving on to the agreement between Cape Cod Aggregates and the town of Freetown for 7/1/2021 to 6/30/2022. And told,
This is for the highway road services that you folks had approved previously, so the contract finally came in, so.
all right, great. So I'll entertain a motion to approve this agreement.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. So this is vote on the approving the revolving fund increase in spending for $1,407.72 to cover police details at the beach and boat ramp. So we just went a little above budget for that. Is that what's going on here, Luann?
Well, we didn't originally anticipate that we were going to need police details at those areas.
Yeah.
So it was not in the initial request from the revolving fund. So this is what it has cost thus far for that.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the revolving fund increase in spending to cover $1,407.72 to cover the police details of the beach and boat ramp.
Motion made.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. All right, so now I'm going to kick it over to George for Personnel Board.
Okay. Can we just take one vote on all these here, or do we need to do each individual?
I think you're going to start with acknowledging these resignations first, the first two.
Okay.
You don't have to vote for those. So
Oh, you don't have to vote for these.
Nope.
Okay. All right, so we're acknowledging the resignation of Isabel Ferreira from Assistant Treasurer effective 9/24/21. We acknowledge the resignation of Jessica Thomas, Treasurer Tax Collector, effective 9/30/2021. Acknowledge the retirement of Deborah Souza, effective 12/20/21. Are we doing? Okay.
Okay, so now you're at votable things.
Okay. Discuss and vote on the appointment of Blessing Rogers as Board of Registrar effective 10/1/2021 through 3/31/2023.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes.
Okay. Appointment of Deborah Petty effective 9/16/21 through 6/30/22 to the following committees and groups.
Actually, should we amend that ending date? I just had 6/30/22 on the brain. That's what it usually is, but it should be 3/16/22. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Okay. The appointments are for Joint Transportation Planning Group, Local Emergency Planning Committee, CMAS Community Representative, SERPED Economic Strategy Committee, SERPED Representative for Freetown, the Building Committee, Chief Procurement Officer, Community Aggregation Delegate, Economic Development Committee, EMA Public Safety, Ethics Commission Liaison, Health Insurance Advisory Committee, Tax Increment Board.
All right, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. Debbie, better be careful. I might make you the measure of what is in bark.
That position is taken, but we do have one vacancy, I hear.
Can we go on?
29.
29?
It was 27 and 28. We were skipping.
Oh, I didn't have that. 27, 28, okay. Okay. Have you looked at the performance review forms?
Yep.
Okay. So you need to vote on the forms to use and process for performance review for positions the Board of Selectmen will conduct. So if we're okay with those forms, entertain a motion to accept them.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Selectman Zager,
Yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
Yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes.
Okay. approve the request from Chief Carlton Abbott to place Patrolman Nathan Mello on injured on duty status. Effective 9/2/21 to 9/6/21.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye,
Selectman Zager,
yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes.
Discussion and vote on having Jessica Thomas available as a paid consultant as needed to assist with the transition of the new treasurer tax collector. Any discussion?
Yeah, I mean, so is she interested in this?
Yes, she is interested in this, and on your agenda for the 27th, there's an agreement that's drafted, and she would like to come, she's willing to come for the month of October from 1 to 3 o'clock every Friday afternoon as needed for training.
Okay.
And then that will have the outline of pay and everything else.
Well, yeah, but
They'll need a reserve fund transfer, which is on your next agenda as well, to be able to cover that.
That's why
Wow.
I understand
Yep.
that's right, because it's just, we can't just pull the money out of the hat, so.
and then one thing on Friday, like, doesn't the town hall close at noon on Friday?
It does, but she works at another town hall that also closes at noon, so she'll be able to come. So Patricia will adjust her hours if necessary in order to be here and get the benefit of that training.
Okay,
All right, and that just goes on for as long as we feel necessary.
The agreement says through October, and it can have the option to
Okay.
extend if necessary.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, so I'll make that motion then.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye,
Selectman Zager,
yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes. All right, so thank you, George. I think one thing we'll probably have added to the agenda going forward would be, like for Debbie, kind of update on general things. I think that's how we used to do it with Peter. We had kind of that, that's useful to have. And anything, I think that's pretty much all we have the agenda today. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye,
Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody. Oh, sorry.
Selectman Zager,
yes.
Selectman Grunwald,
yes.
Selectman Matthews.
Yes,
I will need to obtain signatures from you folks as well.
you need to obtain signatures.
Yep, we'll get yours when you're available. for
Okay.
her, but Jared, if you can stop by, that would be fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Right.
Stop the live stream, stop the recording, end the meeting, say